Okay, when I call your name, please say here. Cassidy?
Here.
Alejandro? Liliana? Lainey?
Here.
Cassandra? Romeo?
Here.
Brenda?
Here.
Jasmine?
Here.
Josue? Jade? Valerie?
Here.
Edsel?
Here. Here.
Oh, Liliana's here? Okay, thank you. Okay. Liliana, you really need to get a microphone. I'm going to give you until next Monday to get a microphone, and then I'm going to start deducting points from your overall score.
Josue is here.
Oh, okay. Josue's here. Good. Okay, that's in my syllabus. It says you need a working webcam and microphone. I'll forego the webcam, Liliana, but you need a microphone. I need to be able to talk to you. Okay, this is all about you guys turning into college students, right? Okay, you got to show some personal responsibility. Okay, Joel?
Here.
Monique?
Here. And also Jade's here. Sorry.
Jane is here? Okay, thank you. Okay, Salvador?
Here.
Caitlin?
Here.
Kayla?
Here.
Kayla is definitely here. Romeo?
Here.
Paola?
Here.
Ricardo?
Here.
So no Alejandro and no Cassandra, is that right? So no Alejandro and no Cassandra. Okay, good. Most everybody is here then. Perfect. Alejandro, Cassandra, I'm gonna make note of that. I'm gonna send them an email saying if they want to continue in the course or if they want me to drop them. Okay. So here's the exam 2 review. Okay. I will ask questions or answer any questions that you have on the review. Okay. So any questions that you want to go over on this review, please let me know. I would encourage you to get it open if you don't have it open at this point. Okay, Romeo says, can you do 38? Absolutely, let's go over 38 here. Okay, Caitlin says 15 and above. I'll only take these one at a time, so I'll do 15. What did 38 say? Says, find the time required for an investment of $5,000 to grow to $7,300 at an interest rate 7.5% per year compounded quarterly. find the number of years it takes for us to do that. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to go to my whiteboard now, okay? Okay. Sorry, it's taken a while. I had to switch computers over the weekend. So, okay, thank you. Okay, so it says that we have $5,000. Okay, so this is number 38, by the way. Okay, we have $5,000 to invest at an interest rate of 7.5%, compounded quarterly. Okay, and we want to know how long is it going to take time to attain $7,300. Okay, so what's our compound interest formula? A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the NT. There's our compound interest formula. So we just need to plug in what we know, okay, and solve for time, because that's the only thing we don't know. Okay, so the principal, P, is how much? How much is the principal here? Any ideas? Yeah, thank you, Cassidy. It's 5,000, that's correct. Okay, times 1 plus the rate is 7.5%. And what's 7.5% as a decimal? What's
0.075.
Yeah, thank you, Romeo. 0.075. And what does quarterly mean? That's
What do you mean? 0.25?
No, that's going to tell us the number of times a year it gets compounded. So if n is the number of times a year that it gets compounded, and it's quarterly, then it's 4 times. That makes sense? Okay, 4 times a year, every quarter of a year. Okay, so we're going to divide by 4 here. And then this is 4 times t. And we want the final amount to be $7,300. Right? Okay. So we have to solve for t in this case. It's kind of difficult, but we'll do it. Okay. So 5,000. Let's divide by 5,000. Let's start cutting this thing down, trying to get to t. Okay, so 7,300 divided by 5,000, what the heck is that? where's my calculator? Okay, so I don't want standard, I want scientific. There we go. Okay, so we have 7,300 divided by 5,000. Okay, it's 1.46. Let's go 1.46. Okay, and then 1 plus, so this is just going to be 1 plus 0.075 over 4 to the 4t. I might replace this 0.075 divided by 4. So 0.075 divided by 4 is that. And what happens if I take that and add it to 1? Doesn't it just become 1.01875? Does that make sense? Is that right? Oh, 0.01875. Okay, raised to the 4t power. Okay. So anybody know what I do at this step? Any ideas what I do at this step? This is the hard one. Yeah, I take a natural.
The logarithms or no?
Yeah, exactly, Romeo. It's the natural log of both sides. Okay, very good. Okay, natural log of both sides. Okay, so what that allows me to do by taking the natural log of both sides allows me to put the exponent in front. Okay, so it's just saying that the natural log of a to the b is equal to b natural log a. That's all that's saying. Is that we get to, when we take a natural log, we get to put this exponent in the front. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and that just comes to us from properties of logs. I don't know how much you want to get into the property of the logs. Just know that this is how you do this procedure on this one particular problem. Okay.
Professor,
Yes.
can you label what in the, like what you already have is A and what is B?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So in this case, A is 1.01875 and B is 4t. Does that make sense?
So that way we just plug in what we know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring this exponent, the whole exponent, I'm gonna bring it down and put it in front. Does that make sense? So let me write that out. It's 4t times the natural log of 1.01875. Okay. So far so good. Does it make sense? That's the reason we take the natural log, so we can put the power in front. So it's no longer a power, it's just multiplication. That's kind of the cheat here. Is we're cheating to put that natural log in there so that we can, because that just turns this natural log into a number. This is just a number now, right? That's just a number. Okay, so we get the natural log of 1.46 is equal to 4. I'm going to rewrite this a little bit different. 4 natural log of 1.01875 times t. Why would I do that? Because this whole thing is just a number, right? Isn't 4 times a number just a number? Right? 4 times a number is just a number. Oh, okay. And what do I want to do? I want to divide by this. I'm going to divide by that. 4 natural log 0.01875. And I get t equals natural log 1.16 divided by natural log of 1.46 divided by 4 times the natural log 1.01875. And so t is equal to, let's go to the calculator on this one. Okay, parentheses on the top. Oh, clear. Why parentheses on the top? And parentheses on the bottom? Because a fraction, right? A fraction has implied parentheses. What does that mean? That the parentheses are implied. It means that we do everything on the top, we do everything on the bottom, and then we divide. Does that make sense? So fractions have implied parentheses. Do everything on the top, do everything on the bottom, and then divide the two. And that's probably one of the top main mistakes when people go to plug is they don't realize that a fraction has implied parentheses. Okay, and so they're like, oh, I'm just going to put this in order, and then they screw up the calculation because they didn't do the top, the bottom, and then make sure that the very last thing that's done is division. Okay. Is the top? Yes, yes. The top of the division is natural log 1.46, and the bottom of the division is 4 times, okay, 4 times the natural log of 1.01875. Oops, that did not go to the right person. Okay, so how do we designate that though? What we don't want to do is we don't want to write this. We don't want to write natural log of 1.46 divided by 4 times the natural log of 1.01875. Why do I not want to enter that into the calculator? Because what is that going to do? What's the only thing that it's going to divide by?
Probably the log.
The only thing that the calculator is going to divide here is the 4. Does that make sense? Because that's the only thing we're telling it to. Yeah, Edsel says you need parentheses, right? You need parentheses. Where would I put the parentheses so that it would divide properly? Where could I put parentheses so that it would divide properly here? Anybody know? Where in this expression would you want parentheses on the calculator? No takers? What about right here? There you go. And you can, Edsel, if you want to be absolutely certain that this works, put the parentheses here, but because this is an expression of natural log, you don't really have to, but if you want to be absolutely certain that the calculator is going to behave the way you want to, you can put parentheses on the front as well. Okay, you don't have to in this particular problem, but if you just want to be absolutely safe, parentheses of everything on the top, parentheses of everything on the bottom, and then the division symbol in between. Okay, so let's do that on the calculator. Open parentheses 1.46 natural log, close parentheses. Okay, close parentheses, divided by, open parentheses, 4 times 1.01875 natural log, don't forget the natural log, close parentheses, equals. Okay, see if you can get this number on your calculator. See if you can get this number on your calculator. And then when you have gotten this number in your calculator, type done in the chat box. Thank you for that tip, Edsel. Yeah, all calculators are different. You want me to bring up my other calculator? I can bring up my other calculator. Show you. If you're using a TI, I can bring up the TI. Let me bring up my TI here. Boom. Thank you, Cassidy. How do we plug in Naturalog? Yeah, let me show you on a TI how you plug in Naturalog. How do we do this on the Naturalogs? Okay, so let me clear this guy. Okay, so what do I want? I want parenthesis, and then I want Naturalog. There's a Naturalog key, okay? So sometimes it'll be the Shift E key, okay? Notice that if I wanted an E, I would have to do the second key here, which is the Shift key. So different calculators work differently, but I'm gonna hit the Naturalog key, okay? And then 1.46, close parentheses, divided by, where's my key history? Where's my key? This is not showing my key history. Let's see what's going on here. View key history. There we go. Boom. Nice. Okay. So this shows exactly what the keys are that I pressed. 1.46. Okay. Divided by parenthesis. Okay. 4 times Naturalog. Okay. Of 1.01875, close parenthesis, enter. Boom, 5.09. Okay, so once again, once you get this value, if you could if you could type in the chat box that you are done, that would be great. Okay. Can you get 5.09 from this problem?
Professor, you wouldn't need a parenthesis after the parentheses. So for 4 times log,
Right.
you wouldn't need a following one.
I do. I messed up. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah. Let me do this. Boom, and let me put another parenthesis. Yeah. The calculator was okay with it, but you would definitely need that extra parenthesis. Okay, thank you for that catch, Romeo. See, even I screw up it sometimes. I've been doing this stuff for, I don't even want to say how long, like 30 years. Exactly.
Professor, on mine, I answer exactly what you enter, and I don't get that answer.
Okay, so are you using a handheld calculator?
I'm using one downloaded from my phone, a scientific calculator.
Calculate on your phone? What type of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone 11.
You have an iPhone, okay. We don't need to know, you don't need to flex what what number it is, okay? And I only have an iPhone 10 XR because I'm cheap. Okay, I don't have rich parents that give me nice iPhones. So my kids have iPhone 7s because that's my hand-me-downs, right? My kids get the hand-me-downs because I can't. Then they both have broken screens, and I keep telling them, do you want me to replace your screens? They're like, no, we're cool. I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the let's see how we do it on the iPhone. Okay, so I'll type in the exact syntax that I'm going to use on my iPhone 10 XR. Okay. Oh, what's the point of adding other? Because if the multiplication was a plus sign, Lainey, it would not have come out correctly. It just happens that the order of operations here is it just worked out. Okay. So
Wait, Professor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have a question. So, are you talking about the parentheses after the log? So the one that says 4 times log, and then that parentheses specifically between the log and the 1?
Correct. No, that.
Okay, and that's important to always add, right?
Well, you don't have to. Normally, you don't have to add that parentheses. The calculator will always do that. If it doesn't, then the calculator doesn't need it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure, just in case, for any other questions.
If the calculator automatically adds the parentheses after the natural log, then that's fine. But you don't need it if the calculator doesn't. So I have a bunch of calculators. I mean, tons, and they all have slightly different syntax. Where's my other calculator? I say I have tons of calculators, and then I can't find one. I think all my children stole them. But can you guys see my camera? You guys good with the camera here? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and type this in on my iPhone, okay, real quick, and I'm gonna try to show you the steps in between. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the calculator. Now, when you bring up the calculator, you're like, well, how the hell am I gonna do this on the calculator? And you have to turn it to the side. And once you turn it to the side, it gives you much more options. Right? So take your log off. Oh, pin my screen to see it bigger. Okay, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I have to go 1.46. I got to plug in the 1.46 first. I could plug in the parentheses as well. I can hit parentheses and then 1.46, and then I hit the natural log key, which is right next to the log key. Okay, so I've got my 1.46 there, and then I'm going to hit the natural log key. Okay, and that gives me this bad boy here. Now I'm going to click divided by, okay, parentheses 4 times, and then natural log. No, not natural log. It's got to be backwards. Sorry, on the iPhone it's backwards. Okay, 4 times, hit the times button, X. You see the X button is marked. Okay, 4 times, and then 1.0875. So I plug that in, and then I hit the natural log to take the natural log of that one value. Okay, so that gives me this guy here. And then I'm going to close my parentheses. What that's going to do is multiply that number by 4. I'm going to close my parentheses. That multiplies that number that I got by 4. And then when I hit equals, it should divide. And it does. Okay. Does that help? Does that make sense? Sorry, it's so fuzzy. It's hard to see the keys. Okay, so that's how I would do it on my iPhone. Okay. So I don't know how you do it on an Android device. Okay. The Android device, you can download a bunch of really nice calculators though. You figure out one that works for you. Okay. Android has a lot of free calculator options. Okay, because it's more of an open source type of operating system. Okay. So the answer to that question, let's see. It says round your answer to the nearest. My answer is T years. So how many years? About how many years? I would say it's 5 years. We're not going to be dealing with radians or degrees in this class, Paula. So it really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to say 5 on this one. So let me see if I'm right. Is it find the time required, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it doesn't tell me how to put it in, so. You can retry. It says I got that wrong. Okay. Five years. Maybe it was 5.09? 5.09 years? 5.1 years? I don't know. It's not telling me what to round to. Oh, it's to the 10th. Okay, so there we go. Well, I guess when we're talking about years, we round to the 10th. Okay. Okay, let's go to another one. Okay, so let's do 32. Okay, let's do 32, 29, and 25. Okay, because Caitlin said anything above 15, so we'll just keep going with 32, 29, and 25. Okay. Okay. Where the heck did my pen go? There we go. 32, 29, and 25. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna stop my sharing. Well, let's see. Let's see what is this? What's 32 real quick? Okay, you want to buy a $186,000 home. Okay, $186,000 home. You plan to pay 5% as a down payment and take out a 30-year loan at 5.1 interest. How much is the loan amount going to be? What will your monthly payments be? How much of the first payment is interest? How much of the first payment is interest? That's interesting. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. Let me go to my formula sheet. Okay, so oh, you know what? Where the formula sheet is? It's in announcements. That's where it is. I think. Maybe not. Wait a second. It's not announcements. It's in modules. Where the heck is the formula sheet? Here we go. Finance flow chart. Okay, so make sure that you have this available for you. This finance flow chart. Here are all the formulas for finance. Okay, right there, they're given to you. Okay, and so we want to know what's a loan. Well, that's the very bottom line here. Okay, the loan amount. Okay, and so we want to know what? We want to know what the payments are. We want the total amount. Okay, we have both formulas here. Okay, so let's see about that. Okay, so it says I want just a loan. Okay, how much will the loan amount, how much is the loan amount going to be? Okay, so to find the total amount, it's this first one here. Okay, how much is the loan amount going to be? No, we have to find the payments. D. Okay, here's D. Let's just use the payments. We got to find the payments first in order to find the total loan amount, I believe. How much is the loan amount going to be? Oh, no. I know what it's asking for. It's asking for what's 186,000 with 5% off. So we just want 95% of 186,000. That's all it's asking. Okay, what's 95% of 186,000? Because that's how much I'm going to have to finance. Okay. And this is at 5% down, at 5% down, at 5.1% interest over 30 years. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let me stop my sharing here. Okay. Okay, so this was 32, I believe. Okay, so we have $186,000 home. We have 5% down. Okay, so which means how much is going to be financed? So we want, instead of the 5% down, I can just do 95%. That's what's left over, right? So 0.95 times 186,000 is equal to, okay, what? What is that equal to? Sorry about that. Okay, what is this? 0.95. 0.95 times 186,000. Okay, that's 176,700. 176,700. That's the amount that's going to be financed. To be financed. Okay. So now it's saying, look, we have this formula, P naught equals D times 1 plus, I think it was, one minus 1 plus R over N to the negative NT, right? All over R over N. Okay. Now, if I were to solve for D, I could just multiply by the reciprocal. They're saying that D is equal to P naught times R over N over 1 minus 1 plus R over N to the negative NT. Okay. So let's plug in what we know and figure out the payment amount, the monthly payment amount. So how much is being financed? Well, it's 176,700. What's the interest rate? Well, it's 5.1%. What's the monthly payments? Well, that means that it's going to be 12 as our months. And for 30 years, that's 360 payments. So that's 12 times 30 negative. Oops, there should be a, I totally screwed this up. This is 1 minus 1 plus that. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind. This is going to be 0.051 over 12. Okay, all over. Now let's do this correctly. 1 minus.
Professor, where'd you get the 0.051?
That's 5.1%, right? So it says at 5.1% interest is what the original problem said, I believe. Okay, it's 5% down, but it's 5% APR, annual percentage rate. Okay, that's what R is. R is equal to my interest rate. Okay, all over 1 plus 0.051 over 12 to the negative 12 times T, how many years? That's 30 years. This is 176,700. Okay, and then I don't think this is going to clean up much except for the bottom. 0.051 over 12. Okay, all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.051 over 12 to the negative 360. Okay, so, and if you really want to be safe, you can put parentheses here if you want. Okay, so that when you plug it in your calculator, you're going to plug it in correctly. Okay, so let me plug this into my calculator. Okay, so parenthesis 176,700. Okay, times parenthesis 0.051 divided by 12, close parenthesis, okay, divided by open parenthesis 1 minus open parenthesis 1 plus 0.051 divided by 12, close parenthesis, raised to the 360 negative power. Okay, and then close parenthesis. Okay, and hit equals. Boom. So the payment amount is $959.39. Okay. So that's how much is the monthly payment on the home. $959.39. Okay.
I have a question on the bottom portion. So for 1 minus and then 1 plus, can we just make it 0.051 and over 12 to the power of negative 360, or we need to put it like that in the calculator?
So yeah, you gotta plug it into the calculator as one whole item. So it's 1 plus 0.0151, 12, all of that raised to the negative 360th power. I don't know if that answered your your question or not.
Yeah, it did.
No, I didn't say millions. I don't know what. I think I said 176,000. Maybe I said million. I don't know. But it's $176,700 is, it has a payment of $959.39. Okay. So let's go back and plug in these two answers real quick. Oh, yeah, sure. Sure. So, what type of, you're using a TI? You want me to do it on the TI? Okay. So, okay. So, we had, let me clear this. Okay. Clear the key press history as well. Okay, so on the TI, okay, we would have had 176,700, I believe, right? Okay, times, and we could have an open parenthesis if we want. That's fine. We don't really need to, but that's okay. Okay, 176,700. Okay, times. Okay, 0.015 divided by 12, close parenthesis, divided by 1 minus, close parenthesis, 1 plus 0.015 divided by 12, close parenthesis, raised to, where's the raised to key? It should be a caret key. The caret key is right with the pi and the h. It's under the clear key. So that raises this. Okay, raises this to the negative 360 power, negative 360. Okay, now I'm going to arrow over real quick. Oh, oops. Am I not sharing? Oh, I'm sharing the wrong one. Sorry, let me stop sharing. Okay, so let me arrow back here. Okay, so again, open parenthesis, sorry about that. Open parenthesis, 176,700 times 0.015 divided by 12. Okay, parenthesis, close parenthesis, divided by, open parenthesis, 1 minus, okay, open parenthesis, 1 plus, okay, 0.015 divided by 12, close parenthesis, raised to, again, the raised to is this caret key here. Okay, it's underneath the clear key. Raised to the negative 360th power. Okay. And then I'm going to arrow over, and then I'm going to arrow over, boom, like this, okay? And then I'm going to do my close parenthesis. You have to arrow over to go down to the next line. And then I'm going to hit enter. Oh, I get something different. Okay, maybe I screwed up on the other one. Let me just check my work here. Okay. Check it. Maybe I did something wrong. Stop A. Oh. Why is this not allowing me to escape? Oh, there we go. $176,700. Yeah, I must have done it wrong on the other calculator. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try it on the other calculator real quick. Like, well, how did that mess up so badly? What did I do wrong? Thank you for double checking it. My work. Okay. Let's try it again on this one. That should be the correct answer. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so I'm getting parentheses 176,700 times 0.0. Oh, you know what I did? I put 1.5 instead of 5.1, I think. I was dyslexic on the numbers. Divided by 12. That's what I did. I was dyslexic on the numbers on the TI. Yeah. On the TI, I was dyslexic on the numbers. I did it correctly on the first one, but I was using 0.015%. Okay. So what's wrong is the one that I did second, not the one that I did first. Okay, so yeah, okay. Let's see. Here, I'll quickly change that here. Second entry allows me to redo this, but yeah. So if I go here and I do 5.1, okay, and I go back over here and do 5.1. There you go. Okay, 959.39. Okay, perfect. My bad. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, the calculators are kind of finicky. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's plug in our answers real quick. Okay, how much is the loan going to be? 176,700. Okay, what will the monthly payments be? What did we have? Nine what? Nine, what was it? It was 9 something 39. What the heck? Where's my chat? I lost my chat. There it is. Oh, it's 959.39. That's what it was. 959.39. Okay. 959.39. Okay. Yeah. So 959.39. Okay. How much of the first payment is interest? So 959.39, how much of that is interest? Okay, so this one's going to be interesting. Okay, so let me think about this for a second. How much of the first payment is going to be interest? So if these are equal payments throughout, right, then and that's 5.1% interest in 30 years. How much of that first payment, how much of the first payment is interest? Okay. So we want to know how much principal was paid off between the first payment and the second payment. Right? So here's what we do on this one. Okay, so let me show you what we do on this one. So this is a very tricky problem. I'm glad we're going over it. Okay, so share my screen here. Okay, so the difference, okay, so I know that the amount that I have to pay, okay, the amount of principal that I have to pay, okay, after 360 months is 176,700 for 360 months. But if I reduce this to 359 months, then I'm going to call this P1. This P1 is after 1 month. Okay, after 1 month, we're going to get P1. Okay. So what's that? How would I find P1? Well, I would use that same formula, D times 1 minus 1 plus R over N to the NT all over, okay, R over N. And now that I know my monthly payment is $959.39, I go 1 minus 1 plus R over N is 0.051 over 12, and this is now going to be, this is negative, to the negative 359 months, not 360. All over 0.051 over 12. Okay, so again, we just need to make sure that we plug this properly into the calculator. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, and then we're going to get P1, and then we can subtract that from the amount, and that'll tell us how much principal we paid off in the first month and how much is going to interest. Okay, okay, so we have 959.39. Okay, oops, clear. 959.39 times, close parenthesis, 1 minus, close parenthesis, 1 plus 0.051 divided by 12, close parenthesis, raised to the negative 359, okay, close parenthesis, divided by, close, open parenthesis, 0.051 divided by 12, close parenthesis, equals, okay, is 176,491.17. So 176,491.17, okay. Okay, so 176,491.17. 959.17. Okay, so in that first payment of $959.39, okay, in this first payment, how far away are we from the original amount? Well, 176,700 minus 176,491.17 is equal to, I'm gonna go minus 176,700. Okay, and it's $208.83. That's all I paid off in principal. 208.83. Okay, 208.83. This is how much was paid in principal. Okay, so how much is going to be paid in interest? Well, 959.39 minus 208.83. Okay. This is going to be the interest amount because I'm only paying off 208.83, and this is the amount that it went down. My loan went down by this amount after one payment. Okay, it went from 176,700 down to 176,491 because we had one less payment. Okay, one less month. Okay, and so 959.39 minus this guy is equal to what? Okay, minus 959.339. Okay, and that's 750.56. 750.56. So $750.56 is going to interest. Okay, so let's go back. Stop sharing here. Let's go back and let's plug this in. Okay, how much of the payment is interest? $750.56. 750.56. Oh, nice. Woohoo. And there was much rejoicing in the land. Okay, off to number 29 we go. Now if you missed any of this explanation, you can always rewatch this on YouTube. Okay, and the link to my YouTube channel is in the syllabus. Okay. Let you know. Okay, so let's go to 29 now. See what 29 says. Okay, you want to buy a home for 209.
Professor, can I see how you plugged it in into Canvas, like the answers?
How did I plug it into Canvas? I just typed it in. So yeah, let me share my screen here. Sorry about that. Okay, is that good?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. I need to share my screen anyway, because we're going to go to now, what the heck? There we go. We are going to go now to 29. Okay, So it says you want to buy a home, a $219,000 home. You plan to pay 10% down, okay, and take out a 30-year loan for the rest. How much is the loan amount going to be? What will your monthly payments be at an interest rate of 6%? What will your monthly payments be at an interest rate of 7%? So 10% of 219,000 is going to be 21,900. Okay, so I'm just going to take, let's clear this. I'm going to take 219,000 minus, 219,000 minus 10% of 219,000. So, or you could do 90% of the total. It really doesn't matter. Okay, maybe I'll do that. 0.90% of the total. Okay, is 197,100. So that's the amount that I'm going to be financing. Okay, 197,100. Okay, what will your monthly payment be at the interest rate of 6%? Okay, so I'm going to do it on this calculator actually. At 6%, what would be my monthly payment, right? So again, using that formula, okay, D equals P naught, which is my answer. If I already have the answer here, I can do a couple of things on this calculator. I can copy and paste it, or I can just hit second answer, and then that brings the previous answer. I'm going to take that number and I'm going to multiply it by the interest rate divided by the number of compounding periods. The interest rate on this one, we don't know what the interest rate is. No, we do. It's 6%, right? 0.06. Okay, divide that by 12. Okay, and then divided by the bottom. What's the bottom going to be? The bottom is, and if you want to insert parentheses here, you can. Maybe I will do that. Second delete is the insert key, and then I can insert a parentheses there. And I could insert a parentheses here too, if I really wanted to. So I can insert close parentheses. Okay, divided by 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.06, okay, close parentheses, nope, not close parentheses, divided by 12, divided by 12, now close parentheses, raised to the negative 3/60th power, okay, arrow over, and close parentheses, and hit enter, boom, and that's what my monthly payment would look like. Okay, 11881.71. Let's plug that in. Okay, 1181.71. 1181.71. Now, again, the nice thing about this computer is I don't have to rewrite this whole thing over again. I can just go back. I can hit second enter, shift enter, and then I can go back and I can just change these 0.06s to 0.07. Okay, and then hit enter. Oops. Something went wrong there. Oh, because it's doing the answer. Never mind. Because it's taking the previous answer. Sorry. Let's clear this. Let's go second entry. I don't want the answer. I want the actual number. So let's insert the actual number here. That was 191,700, something like that. What was it? What's the amount? It was 197,100. That's what it was. Okay, 197,100. 197,100. Oops. Okay, and then we want to multiply that by 0.07, and then divide that by 12. There we go. Now let's try it. Oops. Syntax error, of course. Okay. Okay. Here, let's plug this one in here. Okay. I probably would have been quicker just to retype it. But now we get 131.31. Okay, 1131, 1311.31. Okay, so let's plug that in here. 1311.31. Okay, let's see. Oh, there was much rejoicing in the land again. Woohoo. Okay, last.
I missed the last one. I missed the. How did you get C? Sorry, I didn't pay attention for that one. I was doing something else.
Well, just rewatch the video, Edsel.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. What about 25? Let's try 25 here. Okay, what does this one say? It says Miguel and Miranda have a new grandson. How much money should they invest now so that he will have $60,000 for his college education in 18 years? The money is invested at 2.95% compounded monthly. Okay. So we want to know, well, what's the final value? I'm sorry, what's the present value? How much do they need to invest now? Present value to get a final value of 60,000. Okay, so this one's good. So 60,000 and 18 years at 2.95% compounded monthly. Okay, so let's just use compound interest formula on this one. Okay. Okay, so this one is number 25. Okay, so compound interest formula, A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the NT. And we want to know what we want to solve for P basically. Okay, we want to solve for P. Okay, we know that the final amount, okay, is going to be 60,000 at an interest rate of 2.95%. 2.95%, right? So that's going to be 0.0295 over, okay, over 12 because it's compounded monthly, times 12 to the 18 years. Okay. So what do we got here? We've got 12 times, let's see, what's 12 times 18? 12 times 18.
Professor, mine is compounded quarterly, so I'll just do 4 times 18.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes. Is mine compounded quarterly?
No, yours is monthly.
Mine's monthly? Okay, okay, thanks. Okay, yeah, just do 4 on the bottom and then 4 times 18, exactly. Okay. Quarterly, it's actually going to be nicer for you then, because I'm going to get some not nice values I'm going to have to divide by. But P times 1 plus 0.0295 over 12. 12 times 18 is 216. Is equal to 60,000. Now I'm going to divide by 1 plus 0.0295 over 12 to the 216. Okay. So this is 1 plus 0.0295 over 216, or sorry, over 12 to the 216. Cancel. P equals, plug it into our calculator here, 60,000 divided by, parentheses, 1 plus 0.0295 divided by 12, close parentheses, raised to the 216th power equals. Okay, so that's 35,399. It's actually $4. It's $35,304. 35,000.00 when I round. Let's see if this works. Okay, so what do we have? We had $35,304. 35,304.00. Okay. Oh, yes. I get to keep my job today. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't really think we have any more time to cover other problems at this time, unless you have a really quick one. Okay, the next time I will see you guys is on Wednesday for the exam. Now, you do not need to log in here to start the exam. Feel free to start the exam at exactly 2 o'clock. Oh, Edsel says 26. He's like, how would you do 26? Okay, if you're interested in seeing 26, you can stick around, otherwise you're free to go. Okay. See you Wednesday, okay, for the exam. Okay, so you wanted 26. How much should be invested at 4.8 to have 3,000 semi-annual? So it's very similar to the same problem we just did, Edsel. Okay, except you're gonna, it's semi-annually just means divide by 2. Okay, so I'll set it up for you here. Okay. Okay, 4.8 compounded semi-annually to have 33,011 years. 4.8 semi.
If you're showing your screen about the work, I can't see it. Just a heads up.
No, I'm not sharing it just yet. I had to write down the problem.
Oh, okay.
4.8% semi-annually at 30,000. I want to end up with 30,000 in 11 years. Okay. So yeah, let me show you how that works real quick. Okay, so semi-annually. Okay, so again, very similar to the one we just did. So we want to end up with P is equal to, or sorry, A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N to the NT, right? That's the compound interest formula. Now this is semi-annually, which means N is equal to 2. So the amount that I want to end up with is 30,000. The interest rate is 4.8%. And the number of compounding periods is semi-annually, so that's only 2 in a year. And then I'm going to do that for 11 years. 2 times 11. Okay, so I'm just going to divide both sides by 1 plus 0.048 over 2, which is really, this is 1.024, because that's divided by to the 22nd power. 1.024 to the 22nd power. Cancel, and so P is equal to 30,000 divided by 1.024 to the 22nd power. That's really easy to plug into the calculator. Okay, it actually worked out really nicely for us. Okay, and so when I plug that into the calculator, what do you get? What do you get when you plug that into the calculator?
Let me see. Because I'm the equation, right? Top portion into the calculator first. That's what I'm doing.
No, just do 30,000 divided by 1.024 to the 22nd power.
Okay, let me see. Let me see if I do this right. I got 3,000. I got 31,000. Wait, 3,000. Sorry, no, give me a sec. 31,471. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't read it. I didn't see. Okay, 301. Okay, 314,712.52. That's what I got, but
That's your way off. Okay, so you're plugging in. Let me stop sharing here. Let me go to my calculator. You can see my calculator, right? Okay, so all I want to do is plug in 30,000, right? Divided by parentheses, okay? 1.024 raised to the 22nd power. Okay, so you might have a parenthesis issue. Okay, and I'm getting 17,804.19.
okay. Loads. That's what I'm trying to see. But I can just 1.0. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got the answer. The one that you're telling me, which is 17,804.2.
Correct. 0.19.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's
I
money.
just wanted to make sure. Okay. Yeah, money. Sorry. Yeah, rounded up to. Yeah, what you just told me.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's because I want to make sure for the exam I'm not having these little errors, especially when I'm doing putting it into the equations and then later trying to do it in the calculator. Because I know those are two of my biggest errors. It's mostly trying to put everything into order correctly.
Right. Yes. I know.
Okay, and the 1.024 came from doing the inside equation first, right? The one where it says like 1 plus 0.048 divided by 2?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay then, are you going to be having any office hours this week before the exam?
No, unfortunately I'm not.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. My only question was that.
My wife is having an operation done that day, so I'm
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
not available for her, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, of course. I think your family is more important. I just last question then. Okay, so
How many questions you want?
okay, yeah. The only thing I was gonna ask you is that this week's homework I wasn't able to do it too much. I got a bit behind because I got stuck on it. Is it fine if I get it in after?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and okay then. I think I'm good to go. Thank you so much, Professor. I really appreciate it, and I hope your wife gets better too. Okay, take care.